electronic game of the future.
The Average Gamer Podcast is starting now.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome to the Average Gamer Podcast.
Oh, we're getting right off it. Welcome to the Average Gamer Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm David.
I'm Drew.
Drew. Alright, so no Shane this week. He failed out at the last second, but you know, I had a lot of important topics for him. But
he's a jerk.
We'll get back at it. I mean, we're gonna talk Bieber news because that Bieber pick came out, but I mean, why are we talking about Shane's not here?
The nipple pick?
The nipple pick.
Just push that to next week.
Okay.
No, it won't be relevant news anymore.
We don't need to talk about that.
It's all right. Shane will probably have better input anyway. The other social things that happened, of course, are the Super Bowl, and it was awful.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Well, I live in Seattle, so it was actually pretty fun.
How many actual games did you watch this year?
Two. The last two.
The last two.
He's a bandwagoner. Yeah. But, I mean, the game wasn't even fun to watch, though.
I mean, it would have been fun if you were a Seattle fan.
Yes, it was just not like an entertaining game. It doesn't matter. Also, Philip Seymour Hoffman died. Getting right into it. Would you like to? Would you like to go into details, David?
Well, they found Sir Seymour Hoffman in his Manhattan apartment with a needle in his arm. Heroin overdose.
Yeah. I was listening to NPR.
They found 70 bags of heroin in his apartment.
I thought it was 7.
70. 70.
I'm confirming this.
Look it up. 70 bags of heroin in his apartment. And they were labeled like Ace of Spades and like this other brand.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were, dude.
Well, there was no way there were 70.
70 bags. Look it up.
I thought the reports were in that they weren't labeled that.
Well, that's what I read last night, I guess. But CNN this morning said again it was 70 bags of heroin in his apartment alone.
CNN said it?
Yeah, CNN.
Andy, do the fact checking.
Fact check me.
Yeah, no, I was listening to NPR and they said that it's kind of weird because you only do you either do like prescription pills like Oxycontin and stuff,
right?
And then if you don't have money for that, you do heroin because like you can get a high off heroin for like all day for literally a quarter of the price of doing prescription pills. So if you can't get prescription pills, you do that. So it's kind of weird.
He had prescription pills as well in his apartment.
Yeah, but it's just weird that he would be doing that considering his value.
Is it?
Yeah.
What about the Glee fan? The Glee guy?
It says
sure.
Close to 50 envelopes.
Of heroin in his apartment.
Also, were they Ace of Spades back?
Also, in the apartment were close to 50 envelopes branded Ace of Spades containing what is believed to be heroin.
There you go. Okay, David, I'll give you it.
More than 20 used syringes in a plastic cup.
Boom.
Well, the big thing is there's like this version of heroin that's laced with something else that a bunch of people have been overdosing on recently, supposedly.
In Pennsylvania.
Yeah. People originally, I think they thought it was a bad batch or something, but it's just really potent because they lace it with.
I was reading online though that apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, heroin users out there.
Yeah.
Apparently, the strains that kill people are like the sought after ones. Like you want you're like, oh shit, too. that bag like killed somebody. They got an overdose. I want to buy it from that guy, which doesn't make any sense.
No, and you just want to get better and better.
Want to get fucked up.
Yeah. All right. So. Get into the video game news. Now that that's over with,
no. Andy actually has a story to tell.
Oh, okay, Andy, yeah, go ahead and tell your story.
There's not a ton to it. It's kind of all right. So I was at Chipotle, getting a little burrito bowl.
I believe it's pronounced Chipotle.
Chipotle.
There you go.
Good stuff.
And so I get my Chipotle, barbacoa, you know, the regular, and as I'm walking out, I bump into this lady slightly. She's walking one way, I'm walking the other, so we just bump into each other, and I go, oh, I apologize. I'm sorry. And she
Yes.
turns to me and she has this big smile on her face and she goes, what did she say? She goes, it's okay. We're all one. And I just kind of looked at her like, okay.
That's what you get for living near Portland.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon,
And
you
so-
hipster central.
And so now I guess the other thing is there's supposed to be really bad weather this weekend, so they think it's gonna dump snow again.
Okay.
So remember a few weeks ago, I woke up and there were 7 inches of snow or something, and I couldn't leave my apartment for 2 days because my car couldn't make it up the hill.
That's awesome.
What?
It's hot
9
here.
inches.
So
Lauren says 9 inches.
9 inches.
So
She always overestimates.
So that's what they think it's gonna snow a bunch again. There's
That sucks.
severe weather warnings.
It's really hot down here.
I'm
It
jealous.
was like 75 today.
75 in Florida.
Oh, Chris.
That sucks. All right, now into video game news. Number
Video
one,
games.
David, did you go on EVE Online at all? Massive amounts of money.
Aren't you supposed to report back?
I looked at it and it was like sign up here, sign up there. Didn't do it.
Yeah. If you get stuck at the sign up page of EVE Online, you're gonna be fucked in that game. Well, if you didn't know, if you subscribe to EVE Online by March 1st, you will be forever engraved in a monument in what's it called? What's the
Space.
shit?
Space.
One sec. Where's
Final
the developer
Frontier.
from?
Space?
It's like Switzerland or something. The developer. Now I have to Google. Thought I had it written down. Oh, Iceland. They're making this giant monument in Iceland, and they're gonna every single person that's subscribed to the game before March 1st gets their name engraved in this statue.
Crazy.
So if you want to be eternal, David. If you want the David
Internal?
Mouse, eternal. Eternal.
Be internal also.
Yeah, also
Yeah.
internal. You gotta subscribe. So that's just one of the things because that fan base is like just crazy. So that's something for you, David. More encouragement.
And the viewers.
And the viewers. Mario Kart 8 is set to be released in May. It's officially announced.
For the Wii U?
Wii U.
Is there anything special about it?
No, it's Mario Kart. It's awesome.
Yeah, but remember there's Double Dash. You got double little carts.
No, this is Mario Kart.
Yeah.
They're adding in like more, it's gonna be like the DS Mario Kart 7 type deal where you like fly for short periods of time, go underwater. Nothing
didn't know
crazy. David, for your girlfriend, Tropico 5 has been announced for PS4 as well.
Ooh,
And they also announced it will have multiplayer for the first time.
How do you do multiplayer in that?
I don't know anything about it.
That's sick, man.
Oh, I have another random story. So
Go ahead.
I turned on SimCity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spent some time building up a city in sandbox mode,
Mhm.
and then it kicked me out. Servers failed.
Well, have they released the offline mode?
No. But how long
Okay.
has this game been out? Why are the servers still failing? Why can't I play it?
Did it save it, or did you lose
No.
everything?
It didn't.
You lost everything?
Yeah.
That's great.
Well,
that's so stupid.
That's great. It could be on your end. It
Doubt
could be
it.
your fault.
Why is it my fault?
I don't know. Your internet sucks.
It's not that bad.
I mean, it's a two-way connection, Andy. Either they cut you out, or you cut them out.
I don't
Either
know,
way,
I-
that's the flaw with always online.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Anyways, that game just on its own is pretty bad.
When's offline supposed to come out for that game?
Who knows? Who cares? It doesn't matter considering the town size is like this big.
Excellent.
It's so
Excellent.
bad.
He's making a very small gesture with his hand for our listeners at home.
Tiny. Teensy tiny.
Okay.
I
Metal
have
Gear
other news
Solid.
as well. Oh,
Go
okay,
ahead.
Metal Gear
Go
Solid.
ahead. Go ahead.
Speaking of heroin and standing your ground,
Uh-huh.
Celebrity Fighting
Oh,
has
yeah.
announced that George Zimmerman and the rapper DMX
No, I
might
think
be
you're
having.
wrong. I think it's
That's
the
not-
game.
What game?
The
The
game.
As in G-Unit, the game?
G-Unit, the game.
You know G Unit 50 Cent, the game?
Yes. No, I don't know. I didn't know that was a game.
It's not a game.
He
the game.
What I You're right. It is DMX. He rejected the offer to fight the game because he wanted to fight DMX.
Yes. Yes.
Zimmerman has his choice.
Zimmerman gets to choose too.
Brilliant.
I guess he has his choice.
But DMX is
Zimmerman is gonna fight DMX, and DMX, quote unquote, this is not an exact quote, but quote, loose quote, said something along the lines of, after he beats the shit out of him, he wants to piss on his face.
Excellent. It's a weird fucking world we live in.
And he said that he wants to beat up George Zimmerman in the name of all black people.
Excellent.
All African Americans.
It is a weird world we live in now. I mean, at the same time, it's sick that this guy still has notoriety of any kind, but I guess he really has become the lowest standard now, where he's getting paid to get his ass beat. So, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm a hypocrite like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's pay-per-view.
I'll pay for it.
My theory is George Zimmerman is doing it because George Zimmerman, no matter what, is going to take a dive or is going to let himself get beat up because that way maybe black people will be like, oh, George Zimmerman, okay, like
we couldn't have shot him.
we beat the shit out of him. Like, let's not harass him a lot anymore because he was declared not guilty.
I'm pretty sure it's just that he is such an egotist that he actually thinks he can win.
He thinks he can beat. Okay, but do you think if George Zimmerman won versus DMX would never be able to live it down ever?
Yeah.
Ever.
No kidding. It's a win-win situation. Either DMX is like forever humiliated, or Zimmerman gets his ass beat. It's a win-win. Wow.
Yeah, like DMX is good.
Yeah. Party up in here.
All
right. Metal Gear Solid. So, Metal Gear Solid 5 has been kind of crazy because it's supposed to be like this gigantic ass game and shit, and now they're of course coming out on next gen and also current gen and all this. So, what they did was they broke it apart, and they're coming out this game called Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, which has been announced for a long time now, but basically it was going to act as the tutorial-esque for the game. I don't know. It's like the only gameplay demo we've seen is from this thing. Well, basically, it was announced that for current gen, it would be $20 digital, $30 retail, and for next gen consoles, PS4 and Xbox One, it's $30 download and $40 retail. And it was just announced, leaked, that it looks like it will be under 2 hours of gameplay. So a lot of people are
$40 for 2 hours of gameplay.
Well, yeah. That's the issue. Because the big thing was like when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out, there was a demo disc, and everyone bought Zone of the Enders because it came with Metal Gear Solid 2 demo disc. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Kojima then defended himself, saying that like it's kind of a douche move, to be honest, because he's like, look at all the masterpiece games out there that are under 2 hours. And he's like, length. But he basically said length doesn't matter to be quality product, which I guess is true. But if you're charging $40 retail for a next gen copy of a game that's 2 hours, and was before they split it up just going to be included in this full copy anyway, it's kind of weird. But I'll probably end up still getting it.
I like the Metal Gear Solid series.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
Snake!
There's been a lot of leaks going around.
Leaks.
Microsoft's having this issue right now. Supposedly, this one guy just came out and said, like, again, you can't verify it because they don't confirm any of these things, but basically the rumor is, one, there's going to be different Xbox One models coming out, color-wise. There's going to be like a white one and all this stuff. But there's also going to be one without a disk drive of any kind, and it will be 1 terabyte. So basically it would be digital-only downloads. Again, these are rumors. The other big rumor is that Halo 2 Anniversary will come out and will be released on November 11th, he claims, in 2 special editions, which could be pretty sweet if they actually put the multiplayer online for that. Because that's what
do you think they'd do
I
that?
want. No, because the Halo 1 anniversary edition. Again, they just they didn't want to cannibalize the multiplayer between that and Reach. So basically, they just put old maps in Reach. But I just want Halo 2 multiplayer without hackers. And yeah, that's something. So, also Microsoft front new CEO. Did you hear that, David?
Oh yeah.
Satya Nadella will now be CEO. Bill Gates also is stepping down from his chairman position. He's now just going to be founder and technology advisor. And of course, Steve Ballmer is not CEO anymore. So That's pretty crazy. We'll see how that goes. Also on business, see, I got all this business shit. Zynga, you know about this?
They've been doing well.
Well, we need our stock expert here because 1, they laid off 300 employees as a restructure thing.
Yeah, and their stock went up after that announcement.
Yeah, and their stock went off after that. Also, they're purchasing a company called Natural Motion, which they made a few games like this backbreaker football game and stuff.
That was so fun. I played that. Not the actual backbreaker retail game, but the little sort of
the iPhone.
No, not the iPhone one. They had an Xbox Live one that you just had you would just do these little obstacle sort of things you can.
Yeah, that's what the iPhone one was too.
Yeah, it was so fun. Me and Thomas used to play that over one summer because you would do this one where one person would try and tackle a whole bunch of other people, and the physics in that are just so fun.
Yeah, that's the big thing is Zynga's mainly, even though Natural Motion makes games like this, they also make this physics engine that people love, and that's really what Zynga is purchasing here. It's the Euphoria engine. I think it was in Grand Theft Auto 4. Remember the physics in that game? How they're you would walk into people and they kind of flinch and all that. That's what all the Rockstar games use it. Max Payne 3, Red. So that's really what Zynga's purchasing here, and of course they also have strong mobile development, which they'll be interested in. But their stock went up. So David, why would their stock go up if they cut 314 employees? 15% of the
because one of the largest costs that companies have are paying for employees. So cutting that many jobs is basically saying, hey, all of those $60,000 salaries are gone per year for the next whatever many years. It also could signal that they're consolidating everything and they're trying to restructure and be more focused and not just spend money frivolously how they have been lately, just throwing it out the window. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't know. It could have alerted a lot of different signals.
But wouldn't it be considered a bad sign if you're coding staff? Doesn't that imply you're low on funds? But I guess because they're already a well-built.
Not necessarily. Company. Not necessarily. I'll give you an example. Google, when they bought Motorola, they fired hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Oh, never mind. Forget it. When Google bought Motorola, they fired thousands of people, but nobody.
Well, I understand that because it's an.
Nobody was oh my God, it's because Google's doing terribly. It's because
but that's an acquisition.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. People can take it firing a bunch of people as a good or a bad thing. They could see it as okay, they're trying to restructure and they're trying to be more focused on the business, or they can take it as oh, they're doing terribly and they're gonna have to get rid of all these jobs. But people took it the latter way.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. All right, so PlayStation Plus again is killing it. They've announced the February things. You can actually now.
What are they?
You can right now download for PS4 the horror game Outlast.
Ooh.
Pretty horrifying. I played it for 10 minutes.
Is there multiplayer in it?
I don't believe so.
Outlast.
Yeah. It's free for PlayStation Plus, $20 retail, PlayStation 4. But yeah, it's pretty horrifying. Just letting you know. I only played 10, 15 minutes of it, and it seems to be a lot of closet scares where things pop out. But it's fun. That's for PS4, of course. That's the only game coming out for PS4 this week. For PS3, you get Metro Last Light, which is a sequel to the original. What was it? Metro 20. What was it, Andy?
Metro 2020.
I don't remember.
I think it's 2020.
Well, I don't think it is.
Whatever.
Anyway, sequel to that. I actually bought that on PC. 2033. There you go.
I was close.
I bought Last Light on a PC and wasn't that thrilled with it. It's cool. Definitely download it since it's free now. Also, Payday 2, which we all should download and play.
For PS3?
For PS3, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's fun. It's the bank robbing game.
Yeah, we should do
Left
that.
4 Dead. I don't know when Payday 2 and the third game, Remember Me, will be on PlayStation Plus, but it will be by like mid this month usually.
Huh.
So yeah, we all gotta download that and play it. We'll put up some videos on Dead Screen. It will be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Remember Me was a pretty lukewarm game that came out. I think it was like in fall, actually. I think it was recent. But third person like future game. It's just whatever. Everyone said it was just average. And for Vita, Street Fighter Cross Tekken and Mod Nation Racers Road Trip. So PlayStation Plus again, killing it. Last video game news is this is really kind of weird. So Resident Evil and Onimusha, which was kind of started as a Resident Evil spin-off, has a composer who has a Japanese name, Mamoru Samuragochi. Don't worry about it. Basically, he's really famous in Japan because everyone called him like kind of like the modern Beethoven and all this stuff because he was deaf. He became deaf, and then of course did everything off like perfect pitch and all this stuff. And he actually made like orchestral pieces and stuff. He's not just a video game composer. But of course, yeah, we know him for Resident Evil, and he's been doing this for 2 decades of Resident Evil games, basically. Just came out, he's a total fraud. It's a complete lie.
Is he not that?
No, he just someone else has been composing the whole time.
Oh, jeez.
He never composed a single piece for almost 2 decades. Basically said that at this time he doesn't want to make a statement for personal reasons, but basically some guy came forward. It's all shady. Basically, they haven't made a statement, but it's kind of weird. It's weird.
Screwed up, man.
I think you're weird. That's what I think.
That was. Thanks for that valuable insight.
I love our reporting style. Some guy with an Asian name in some city.
Hey man, you gotta realize this is the Average Gamer podcast. They don't care about the specific.
We're not the Intelligent Gamer.
Okay,
podcast.
they just want to hear that.
That's true. We're just
basically.
average.
I could have said Resident Evil composer, deaf guy didn't actually compose music, even though he said he did. .com. .plumbing.
Amen.
Callbacks. Alright, releases this week. Fable Anniversary and Fable Trilogy, Xbox 360, basically HD remake of Fable 1. So, if you didn't play those games, you still don't have to.
Shane loved Fable.
Yeah, Shane did? I know Andy did.
I played 1 and 2.
No.
I think those are the boringest games.
Oh, Shane was Skyrim. Never mind.
Skyrim.
Yeah, Skyrim. Outlast, as previously mentioned, and Bravely Default, which I guess is some Final Fantasy RPG or something.
Oh my god, Final Fantasy! Oh my god.
Oh yeah, did you download the demo, David? Or you didn't do that homework either?
I did download it.
Oh shit! I better cut my tongue. All right. I mean, you might as well tell your thoughts. What
Give
are your
us
thoughts?
the rundown.
All right.
Does it suck that bad? It does.
No. Right. The fighting engine is very different from anything they've ever had. It's like a mixture between their 12th game, between game 11 and
11 too.
11 was MMO.
Okay, so between 12, Jesus, and
12 was the final PS2 one, and it was kind of like real time. It wasn't fully turn-based.
There was one, whichever one. There was one where you would run around and you could actually slash the people in like real time.
That's 12.
Yeah, 12. So it's a mixture between 12 and like the first part of 13. So you're kind of like you can still change suits or outfits as they call them, to like you can be like mage, or you can be like whatever, or the green person who heals. And so anyways, it's so when I was playing, you're playing lightning, and then you're like running around, and you can like attack an enemy, and then you can just like start like changing suits like crazy. And so it's a lot more complicated because usually you only have one attack gauge, and like when it fills up, you can attack. In this one, you have like 3 or 4 attack gauges. So like one's for like magic, one's for like sword, one's for like whatever sorcery, and what's for whatever. So like they all like will start increasing at different rates. So you're basically like changing outfit, attacking, change outfit, attack, change outfit.
So it actually takes skill for once.
So you have to like keep combining things, and you're like, oh, this one like is full, like, and you have to switch to that one and like start attacking with something, and then the other one starts filling up, and so like, do you do like weird combos? But you have to like keep changing and shit. You can't just button mash anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can't just go like autopilot the entire time. Which you could do in 12. In 12, you could literally program it in a way where like you just run around, and it just attacked and killed everybody for you in like a certain manner.
Sounds thrilling.
Sounds like cookie clicker.
All right, last thing. It's taken the world by storm.
By storm.
Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird.
I'm gonna download it now.
Let me see what my actual high score was.
I don't understand the longevity of this game. How this will last more than like a week.
I read about it on TechCrunch.
It will not last more than like a week.
So the thing that's weird about this, okay, for one, it's kind of like that old helicopter game where you click to make the helicopter go up.
Yeah, in that cave. 14.
But it's more like difficult per se.
Why is it more difficult?
When you click, you go way more up than an old helicopter, and it's just very difficult. The thing the game really doesn't matter. The thing that's weird is this game came out last summer.
Okay.
It's been out for like almost a year. I think it was last summer. It could have been the summer before that.
So it just went viral now?
Yeah, and I don't understand how. It just
all it takes is the flap of one butterfly's wings.
That is true. Andy, you've been in Oregon too long.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
We are all one.
It's awful.
What is your Flappy Bird?
I got a 0.
I think I got to like 13.
I beat you, Chris?
Huh.
What gives you points? Going through the... Oh my gosh, this is hard.
Yeah, that's the point. You do get better, though. That is the one interesting nature of the game, is you kind of like learn as you go. Like you do get better.
They need to make an update so when you die, you can just restart instead of going back to the start screen and hitting start again.
Yeah, it's tough out there.
That's some straight up bullshit.
Well, I don't see the longevity in this game.
There isn't any.
Of course, there's already people on the high score that like hack the high score thing, so they have 9,999. So there's no point chasing. You just do. There's no point chasing those high scores because they're all fake. So there's nothing there. The only other thing is competing with friends, but how long will that last? There's no achievement things where it's like, and there's really there's nothing advanced about the game.
It's kind of annoying. I don't even like it because like I just keep dying in the same place, and it's just kind of like annoyingly difficult.
Yeah, but you get.
It's not even like Meat Boy difficult where you're like, okay, whatever, I'll give it another. Yeah, I haven't gone past 1.
Well, Meat Boy at least like changes. This is the same thing over and over again.
I just got 11.
Gears Studio? Well, who's
I just
that?
got 11.
No, it's some random dude. It's some Asian guy.
Why does he have to be Asian?
He just is.
Oh.
So anyways.
David, remember Dino Dash? How's Dino Dash?
Dino Dash is actually really fun. And it's the same concept, only you can actually like do shit. It's fun.
Remember we would play that in London, and we were all competing to see who got farther, and then I like doubled the highest score, and then nobody played it anymore.
Yeah, you did too well.
I just I blew up the record because everybody was like getting like a few hundred points ahead, and then I like quadrupled the score or something.
You went so far in the game that you like restarted the map.
Yeah.
Because each map it would go into like, oh, desert, now it's like winter, now it's this thing, and it kept changing, and it was like, okay, that's cool, like it never stops changing. and then eventually you went so far that it like just restarted the game.
Why do I have to pay for it now?
What do you mean?
Dino Dash?
Yeah, it's $1.
Oh, well, because they got super popular.
But I've already. What?
You beat it. You beat it and did it online.
I did what?
You did it on mine. You didn't do it on your phone.
No, I'm pretty sure I had it on my phone.
No.
Almost.
Anyways, the only real other big news is, of course, I've done it, Andy. I platinumed that Rezo gun.
Ooh, I'm jelly.
You are.
I'm
You should
jelly.
be.
I'm coming after you.
Yeah, good luck.
I'm coming after you.
It took me the 2 hardest ones were get 15 times multiplier and be experienced with whatchamacallit, without losing all your lives. So like no continues. You have to beat all 5 levels. Yeah. Game of the year. Best game.
Wow. I have news.
So good.
I'm jelly, Chris.
Go on.
It's business related again.
Okay.
Kind of related to video games, but not in any way.
Okay.
It's TV, and Dead Screen does do TV. Perfect.
Excellent.
Okay. So, anyways, on the show Shark Tank, which is based on the UK show Dragon's Den.
Sure that was UK show?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watch it. Dragon's Den. It's been on for like 11 seasons. Anyways.
Yeah, but I thought it was originally like. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. So, anyways, this guy goes on the show with an app, which usually they never invest in apps ever in any kind of thing like that. They always invest in like physical products. So this guy goes on the show with this app. This is a few episodes back with this app called Scan. Right?
I believe it.
And it's like a scanning app where you can scan barcodes and QR codes, which is like I've only seen 30 of those companies. Like it's not an original app by any means. So anyways, so of course they didn't like invest. They were like, oh, this is like I've seen this, like blah blah blah. The thing is, when the guy was demoing the product, so Shark Tank has a rule where you can't put barcodes on TV, like you can't like show the barcodes. But they said QR codes were fine, which doesn't make any sense. So anyways, they allowed the guy to present a QR code to demo his product. And what he did was he had this huge poster board that was a giant QR code that was in the back of his entire presentation, which was like 12 minutes long. And so he has this QR code in the back of the screen the entire time. And he was like, yeah, look, you can like scan it from back here and from here and whatever. And so the thing I didn't know about QR codes is you can, when you scan them, you can redirect to wherever, but not only that, you can change the place it's redirected to. So like today it can like redirect me to Instagram.
It's a hyperlink. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know he could just like
as long as you control what it links to.
Yeah, so he has control of that, right? So what the guy did was originally he just had it linked up to his Instagram. And the second the show aired, he got like something like 15,000 clicks. I'm just making this number up, but it was in the thousands. He got like a ton of scans and clicks on his Instagram, whatever, immediately.
Okay. All right.
Every time the show reruns or anything, or plays on Hulu, or plays in syndication, or plays in anything, he gets thousands and thousands and thousands of people scanning this thing. So what people were talking about online, and I agree, is this guy, he could literally sell that QR code to a company. And he should. Like he should sell that QR code to a company and say, listen, you have this thing where people are going to be scanning it thousands of times a month or whatever, or an episode.
But how many times, like how, it's just Shark Tank reruns.
Yeah.
Like what's he going to sell it for, like a couple $1,000?
No, I think he could sell it for a lot more than that.
For just like a couple confirmed clicks, and people were just like, "Oh, I'll scan the QR code."
Every time
and then it will take
the show airs, he was talking about it. He said every time the show airs or people watch it on Hulu, they scan the stupid QR code, and he's able to redirect it anywhere he wants. So if he's
but they're just gonna like someone. Listen, I'm someone online. I watch for whatever dumb reason a rerun of Shark Tank.
Well, maybe you've never seen that episode.
I scan the thing, and I go, why did it take me here? And then I close it. That's literally it.
What? No.
How valuable is that?
Maybe it takes you to, like, I don't know, Like, it takes you to deadscreen.net.
The only reason I would buy it is I would buy the QR code and then redirect it to a hardcore porno site and then try and sue NBC for presenting a QR code that took my son to porn.
Ooh.
See, now that's thinking with
you found the loophole, Chris.
Mm-hmm. That was an issue with whenever hyperlinks are posted in like video games or stuff. And of course like TV in general, you have to make sure you own that hyperlink. We all of course know Conan and the hornymanatee.com thing, right?
No.
Guys? Conan back in the day when I used to watch Conan O'Brien online, they had this manatee came out that was a horny manatee, and then he said like, oh, go see him now on hornymanatee.com or like something. He just like spontaneously said that. Well, what he didn't realize, and they talked to him afterwards.
Somebody was gonna buy that thing.
Well, if you say that, you need to own the domain. So basically, NBC had to buy that domain. So then, you know how Conan's really good at making like these skits and like things out of nothing.
Yes.
So basically said, well, if you're gonna buy it, we might as well utilize it. So they made a whole site that was hornymanatee.com. They had like videos of this manatee touching itself and like all this thing. It's really funny. But Rainbow Six back in the day got in trouble because they had a website on like a picture in a game they didn't buy, and then someone bought it and made it a porn site.
Classic.
That's the world you live in, folks. That's the world you live in.
Classic.
So on that note, unless anyone else got anything else?
Nah, doggy. Just playing that Simpsons Tapped Up Valentine's update.
Word. Yeah, so if Shane's not here, go ahead, Andy.
You get that whale?
Yeah, I got that whale. You know I got that whale.
How you like that whale?
It was a worthy purchase.
Yeah.
It was pretty worth.
It was worth all 300 donuts that I paid real life money for.
It's true. Sometimes.
Amen.
I mean, what makes you happy?
You just gotta sometimes spend money to make yourself happy.
You gotta spend money to make money.
It's true. It's a good investment in your future.
It is. I got a little whale that can do tricks.
So as I was saying, Shane's not here this week, David. So you're gonna have to tell us what we're doing next week.
All right. Next week, how to make your own QR codes and how to sell manatees online. Stay tuned.
Excellent. It's exactly what I needed.
How do you sell manatees online?
You'll find out next week.
You're gonna find out next week, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's when you're having a favorite podcast. We're out.
Cheers.